Alright guys, it's up to you. Out of these three, tell me which one's the best one and which one would you prefer to use the most. So let's get started. Alright guys, welcome in. My name's Dog, and today we're going to go over base styles for Horde Nights. And practically I got 3 different styles that I use in my playthroughs that I've seen work the best for me, that allow me to kill the Horde efficiently and loot the best possible. So this first one I'm going to show you, it's going to be the pole defense. Now, why do I call it pole defense? Well, it uses the poles. You can use flagstone, you can use cobblestone once you upgrade it, concrete, whatever you want, just some type of pole. I'm going to show you kind of how the layout works. So it's different at every angle because there's so many moderations. I'm going to jump in and show you how it works. Alright, so let's start with this side. I'm going to call this the basic setup for the pole, and what that means is you're going to lay the pole on the ground on your inward block, as I'll copy the rotation to show you here in a second. So as you see, on the block, it's going to be facing that way, all the way down, and you're just going to keep stacking it up, each one by one. Now this prevents crawlers from getting in, and it also prevents zombies from running through, but as you see, there's a lot of visibility. Now normally I'd put a row of spikes here to do damage to them while I'm fighting them, but as you can see, it's a great view, and you have a lot of options for killing them. Melee, guns, however you want. You can even layer this if you wanted to. If this was on the inside, you could put, or I'll show you right here. Actually, you could put this one like this and double it all the way up. And then, so the zombies would technically have to break 2 of these poles to get in. But then just keep in mind, if you do that, that you are unable to put spikes on your first row, and they have to be on the second row. But it does double up your defense, and it keeps your visibility amazing. So over here, instead of putting this row on the bottom, you put it on the top. This way, if one of the zombies attacks and breaks through, they have to break through both blocks to get into your base. Unlike this side, if a zombie breaks through, all he has to do is break through one, and there you go. So if they're running at you, they can just come right in. The only bad thing about this is that crawlers can get in if you don't have spikes facing upward. Now, when I say that, I mean when crawlers hit these spikes, they're going to float up. And I'll kind of show you with my own impersonation what kind of happens. Alright, so we've got a couple zombies here for the pole defense. Let's see how they react to it. Up there, they're running at night, they can definitely jump right in your base and get to you if their legs don't get broken. And this crawl area, when they are crawlers, sometimes crawl over, but let's see. Makes pretty easy pickings for a melee weapon too. Now if they were to break that one away, the crawler would definitely be able to get under and attack you. So just keep in mind you need your spikes up and in good condition. There we go. Let's see what he does. Alright, so taking some spike damage, but as you can see, he can get through that, and he should be able to theoretically crawl under it, but I think he's stuck on the spike. Now, with this method, with spikes facing upward, I would recommend, you have 2 different options. You could do your last one, like I call it like a tooth design, it looks like kind of like a mouth, or you can lay the next one on the bottom row. I would definitely do this way and make an entrance a different way, because if zombies come up on it, you see how they kind of come up, so if you have the open and they come up, they can come right on in. And on Horde Night, that's a disaster. I mean, everyone's in your base, so I would definitely lay it down, just for your own sake. So this side's pretty much that side, but it has the mouth design that I call it. And same thing, just if you want to do it this way, you can. Just be in mind when zombies are running, we're gonna glitch on in. No, let's try that again. When the zombies run, they should be able to come right on in. Yeah. So you just gotta be careful with that. If you do want to do it this way, I'll show you what I've came up with. So you can dig down one, put the spikes upside down, and it still does hurt you. But zombies cannot get up on this. So what I recommend is doing the tooth design, the mouth right there, all the way across on here, because zombies won't come up on it. And you can always jump right in your base if you want. So you don't have to actually make a door entrance or anything like that. It's just a casual hop in. Keep in mind though, even though you will jump, you will take a little bit of trap damage of like 2 to 3 health. So if you're low on health, be smart about it. So you see on this side, spikes take care of them and they can't crawl under. Pretty simple. And then like this, you can hit them with a melee weapon. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so. And this is pretty much the same setup over here. It's a pretty good defense. You just gotta be careful in case they break out a block. Because if they break out one block in this defense, you're in for a rough time. Alright, so one thing I do want to mention that's very important about this build is making these corner pieces. Now it's going to be 2 ramps stacked on each other and then 2 blocks. And I'll kind of show you how it's done real quick. So you have your block like this, and then pull this ramp out and use this nifty copy rotation. Boom, boom, and boom, boom. Cool. Now you have a wedge. That's important because in this build, if you just, let me jump aside real quick, I'll show you. It's important because if you're just fighting right here and they're on the other side of this wall, which is also, I have it as a ramp inward towards me, they can break through that and get right to you. This way, whenever a zombie comes, they normally won't attack the wall. They'll split to one side, and it forces a zombie to fight you in your plane of sight. So this way, it's more efficient for you. You know they're not going to break out your corners, and you can just see where they're coming from. Now, if you want to do all 3 kind of like this, what you can always do, I did for the sake of this build, is just kind of build a little ramp. You can just hop into your base. Easy as that. And then you could always have like your forge and all this up here in a centered area, hidden away. And then if you need to fight zombies, come right downstairs, and it's a pretty open pit. So that is defense number 1, which is the pole defense. I'll show you again. Many different variations, just kind of whatever you think would work for you. The next one's a common one. It's been used for a while now, 7 days, and it's very efficient. It's going to be the 50 pillar defense. When I say 50, it's the size of the pillar. There's a 100 pillar, and there's a 50 pillar, and these are 50s. When you place them, they take up the whole block. Now you see there's less visibility than the pole, but the perks of this is, even if a zombie breaks one out, they have to break out another one. So it's a sure thing. It's a sure method. And this goes all the way around. If you wanted to, you could do the same corner design as the other base. Just kind of like that. Build it outward to make them come to your certain pole. But even if they're kind of in the corner there, it's pretty easy to hit them with this design. And it's very, very simple to set up. As you can see, just 50s all the way up to your height designated. You can put a door there if you want. But I just have the same method over here. Hop right in. If you want to fight a zombie, easy as can be. Okay, so we have some volunteers out here now. And you can kind of see how it holds up. So it gives you enough room if you need to. You can melee through the defense pretty easily at them. Say it's safe bound. Or if you want to shoot at them, you got a pretty clear shot at them too. And you see, good visibility, good durability, and overall it's just a solid base setup in general. So I do recommend this one, especially for more novice or beginning people with 7 days to die that not necessarily struggle, but just in general are new to building. Alright, this last one's kind of a combination. It's going to be the arch pole pillar defense. That's just because I'm showing different variations inside this, and I'll show you kind of what I mean. Alright, so what do we got going on here? Well, we got a lot of things going on. So I'll start with this side first. This is going to be the 50 pillar side mixed with the pole. So it's kind of a hybrid of the last two I showed you. Obviously you have your pillars down here, 15 that you can see through, and then you have your poles stacked just how I had the other base. What this allows you to do is see anything below, you can still hit, but just like the 50 pillar, they have to break 2 of these to get into your base. But at the same time, you do have more visibility on a horizontal plane. You don't have the pillars going up all the way. So it's just more visible and overall just better looking. And I think it's a great one. Now, Alpha 16 added some more unique styles to this, so I kind of played around with this, and I have this in one of my playthroughs. So what I used is a 2-meter archway. These are 2 back-to-back. Kind of see if I have it still. There we go. Show you kind of how I have it set up. So obviously that one's going that way, and that one's going that way. And down here I have these are 100 pillars that were kind of talked about earlier. I'm just showing this for example, 100 pillars, because this design compared to 50 pillars. So 50, 100, 50. 50 obviously you can get through, shoot any crawler. 100s you're going to kind of struggle. The one thing about this build here is that they only have to break out 1 block. More particularly, they have to break out the bottom block. Even with the 100s, if they break 1, they can get in. Alright, now the last part is you do have to deal with your spider zombies. So what are the best ways? Well, early game, the best way to deal with it is going to be your half block. Half block whatever material you want, and you're going to have it copy this rotation on the outside of your wall. This way, if you're up and fighting from above, you can clearly see down the whole line of zombies and shoot them from above if you want to use your bow or anything. Just be careful. If you're using my design, when I say my design, I'm talking about the ramps facing that way. If you do have the ramps facing that way, you can fall off. Now, I'll show you if you have a normal block there, like this is how it would look. You cannot fall down. So, depending on how big of a stylist person you are, you can have that, or you can put that just security so you don't fall off mid-Horde Night and die. But this is very good, as you can see. You can walk, you won't fall through, no matter what you do. And all you have to do at the corner is put a normal block, and you can expand this outward as many as you want. I can actually do it for you guys right now, so you see it. Let's do this real quick. Let's copy rotation and build this one out. Now this does act like a block, so you just gotta know the dirt or the mass that a block can hold for falls. Should be good 3 out. I would definitely say you're definitely fine going 3 out, because that's what I usually do. So say you did something kind of like that, and in your corner you just gotta put a block. Boom. That way, if you want to go out further against zombies, just go right there. Just see them by rows, just like that. So that's great defense for against spiders. And then late game, once you have enough materials going, mainly iron, clay, you have these iron bars. Iron bars are very expensive, take a while to produce in the forge, and that's because how OP they are. And the fun pimps realize that. So you just place these down, and you can shoot through them. Nothing will contact them. You can't fall through, and they just have great durability. So you stand on anything, see through anything, and you can just layer these out at least 6 wide. So you can definitely build a wide overhang, and it's just a great defense overall. So, alright guys, that is it for this tutorial. If you liked the video, leave a like. If you like seeing these tutorials and want to see more in the future, hit that subscribe button. If you have any questions or concerns on how to build this or different variations, feel free to comment below. Until next time, I'm Laddydog, and I'll see you later.